So in this video, I wanted to take a quick look at one of the more interesting new pens to be released in the past year or so, and that is the Zebra Blen. That's B-L-E-N from Zebra, a company we all know and love. And the Blen is sort of a high design, like pen, not a concept pen, but definitely a high design pen from Zebra, and it was designed by a Japanese design firm named Nendo, N-E-N-D-O. And if you go to their website, nendo.jp, you'll see some of the work they've done. It's like a creative and design agency you would go to if you want to come up with like an all new, very clever pen or chair or what have you. So they handled the design of the pen for Zebra, and Zebra is obviously very good at making pens and making ink, but Nendo came in for kind of an all new special design. And you could see here, aesthetically, it's a pretty good looking pen. Definitely looks modern and interesting, kind of like a space age type design. It is all plastic, it is relatively light, but it's also quite cheap. The retail price of this would be 150 yen. In the US, that would become like $2.50. A little bit more, which it had to get imported, but a very reasonable price. So I wanted to run through some of the special features and then my thoughts on the pen, and then do a quick writing sample. If you have one of these, let me know in the comments. I've been curious to see if these are being as well received as I thought. And I've seen some mention of these in like non-pen blogs and stuff like that, so I thought it was very interesting. So anyway, here's the Nendo. The basics are plastic body, plastic button, rubbery, soft touch grip, and then this little clear plastic front end. So pretty simple there. We see some design flourishes like this tucked clip here, one piece with this cap thing, sort of like sophisticated design here, Blen logo, which is cool, and then some nice little technical flourishes, like on the top of the pen it says Zebra 0.7, so it's just the size of the tip, and that's on the top. So if you had a bunch of these, if these are being used like technical pens or in a drawer or something, you could see what you're grabbing. And the blue is blue, and the other ones just have colors that obviously you couldn't make black on the black, but the other two are black. This one has blue on the blue ink, in blue ink. So definitely some interesting, like just usability designs are definitely there. And then there are some special features as well that you might not know just by looking at the pen, but if you do some research, you'll find out. And these are designed to be transparent to the user. You shouldn't look at this and think, oh man, someone spent a lot of time designing this. You should be able to just pick it up and be like, wow, for some reason I like this pen more than I like my other $1.50 ballpoint pens. So those features are, first of all, there's a little brass weight right here, like a little collar, and that adds just a bit of extra weight to the front, which makes it a little bit more pleasant to write with and lowers the amount of vibration on the front. It's you can't really see that weight, but I'm told it is in there. And you can see something is going on there. Definitely there's a spring, but I don't know. They say there's a weight in there. And it seems to me if you put your finger in the middle, it falls forward very quickly. So that checks out. Second feature that's interesting is that there's a dual spring design. So there's a spring here, and that is just like the normal spring you would have in the front of most hybrid pens. And this is a hybrid pen, by the way. But there's also a spring in the back, which is something you would see on some nicer pens. And what that spring does is it means regardless of what state this is in, clicked or not clicked, there's no vibration up here. Listen. Don't hear anything, right? Click. Don't hear anything. So that spring keeps pressure on this, so this assembly doesn't shake at all. And that way, this pen, while you're using it, has very little to no vibration, and no sound is produced. So that's not a huge feature, but it's very nice to have. A pen that vibrates as you write with it is never very pleasant. And then lastly, the company says maybe not lastly, second to last, is that there's a collar in here, that will reduce vibration of the tip. So as you're writing, again, no sound, but as you're writing, there'll be very little to no vibration of this piece here, of the tip within that collar. And that's just a great feature. There's very few things that are more annoying than having this tip rattle inside your pen while you're writing. And then the other, I guess the last thing would be that there's an ergonomic shape to it. It's a wider diameter pen, definitely on the thick side, and it has that rubberized grip. It is round, it's not contoured in any way, so they didn't do that extra step, but it is very comfortable to hold, and the extra couple millimeters in diameter makes a big difference to me. It does get a little bit oblong up here, you can see, which is cool. It doesn't really have any functional effect, except I have noticed that there's a little cutout right here. Sorry about that. That little cutout right there. And I guess what that allows to do is that the pen can be placed on its side. It's not super stable like that, but it will rest on its side, which is a nice little trick. The Blend, like I said, is a hybrid ink. They call it a ballpoint, but it's a hybrid ballpoint ink. It's sold in a 0.5 and a 0.7 millimeter, and it's sold in each of those in black, blue, and then red. I didn't pick up the red just because I didn't really have any use for it. So that's 6 variants. Blue, 0.5, 0.7, black, 0.5, 0.7, and then I may have got that number wrong. The red, 0.5, 0.7. And then there's different color pens, like this is gray, black, white, and there may be 1 or 2 others, I'm not really sure. But anyway, the pen's sold in a bunch of different variations, but nothing exotic. No 0.3 millimeter, no 1.0 millimeter, but you can buy something like it in this cool looking all white, or I actually really like this. I really prefer to buy a lot of things in gray if I can, and not a lot of pens that are sold in gray. So I was very happy when I saw this gray. I'll probably put the blue 0.7 millimeter in here. That's been my favorite to write with so far. So just pop it out, take out that refill, and flip it. So I think that's really going to be how I use that pen day to day. As for using the pen, actually I do like it. It feels better than almost any $1.50, or in this case $2.50 pen out there. Writes nicely, comfortable to hold, and like I said, it has those cool high-end features like that clip. I like extra spring here is very cool. I know if you care about seeing if it's clicked or not visually, you can clearly lower here than it is here. You never have to worry about pen you grab, which it says right here, Zebra 0.5. I'm obviously going to flip refills and break that, but is what it is. This, I would say, some people say these little cutouts here are windows, but you really can't see in there. So I think that's more to keep the grip in place and to hold it there than it is actually to see inside. Like I really, no matter what angle I show this at, I can't look inside and see if this was blue ink or there's much ink left. So that is what it is. There's this little clear area up here, but that doesn't let you see the pen tip, and the pen tip's not coated in blue. So this window has, I mean, it's not a window, first of all, you can't really see it there. Just a cool little design thing. So not a big deal. But for an affordable pen with no metal on it at all, I think they did a really great job, and for a very reasonable price. And again, just like turning it and opening it and closing it, the build quality is really spot on. Like look at this seam just sort of melt away. Very nice work there. And the action of opening and closing is very smooth. So just like very solid pen design, and the execution seems really spot on. Do a quick writing sample. I did one right here just to save some time. We see Zebra Blend, 0.7, 0.5, back to the 0.7 in the blue. Just solid black, solid blue. Pretty much what you'd expect from a Zebra gel. I need to experiment and see what other refills will fit in here. That I'm not sure that the NCO is a standard Zebra refill, but this size looks like any other Zebra gel refill. So I'm pretty sure you'll be able to find a 1.0 millimeter if you want. I got to look around and see what I have that'll work. But yeah, this is the Zebra Blend. I keep writing blend. BLEN. And that doesn't mean anything. I think they just thought it was a clever name, the Blend. Zebra Blend. And I like it in the 0.7 millimeter blue. Just a pretty good hybrid ink. Kind of blue, like as in French, blue. Blue. There's a little bit of collection. The way you would have it from a you could see right here from a ballpoint style pen, but nothing too bad. I'm writing quickly here, but yeah, perfectly acceptable ink in there. But the reason you buy this pen is for the design of the pen body, not so much for the ink. So that's why I'll try to do another video about what other inks can get in here. But anyway, that's the Zebra Blend. If you're looking for a new day-to-day pen and you need something pretty reasonably priced, you know, in the $2 to $3 range, and I would definitely check this one out. And you'll be on the early side since these were only released, I believe, in late 2018, and they've been really hard to get in the US until just maybe a couple weeks ago. So thanks for watching.